Welcome back to Market Pros, and let's get right into it. Alright, so here we have Bitcoin. We're going to include all the coins today because not much has really changed, but we will still talk about what has changed. Okay, so it looks like we got a triple retest on the top of that symmetrical triangle, making the third one now. RSI is in the neutral median zone. We are below the signal line. We bounced off the neutral median line. We'll talk about the bullish and bearish case here in a second. Volatility is low, obviously, as we have ended up in another range, just like this one. Now, this could be reaccumulation, could be distribution. We will find out. Basically, if we break back below the 50, that's going to be the validation to the downside. But honestly, I would like to see us break 43,800 on a 4-hour closure. Actually, a 1-hour closure would even do it. In order to validate to the downside, first stop would be at the 100 at 43,400. Next stop would be at the VPVR support at 42, basically 43K. After that, level would be 42,500. So those are your support levels. MACD still going down. Negative momentum is increasing. As we're traveling in a range, basically we need to get back above this last high pretty quickly too. 44,500 is what we need to get back above. If that happens, I think we would trigger my alert and make a new high. Yeah, and like I've already kind of explained the bearish case. Basically, yeah, closing below the 50, you would start cascading down. But like on like the 4-hour and 8-hour, or like on the 8-hour, we're just making higher highs and higher lows. So, well, besides for this range, let's actually check it. We'll check it. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, higher highs, higher lows. We could come all the way back down to the 200 and this purple region at 42 600, still make a higher low. So that's on the 8-hour. We are in the bullish control zone above the signal line. Looks like we could be coming back down to retest. So yeah, I mean, it's just a little pullback, and it could be just triple retest. You got your validation levels to the downside and the upside. Volatility is in the lower zone. MACD. Upside curvature. Starting to lose its upside curvature a little bit. Positive momentum is decreasing. So on your 8-hour, I mean, you're looking pretty good. You could get a pullback. You know, like this 1-hour could roll over into the 4-hour, which would roll over into the 8-hour, you know, and we could get our pullback. But that's only if we break back in the symmetrical triangle, which we do not want to see, because that could cascade some bearish events. Let's move on to Atlas. All right, so here on Atlas, it looks like we are stuck between the 21 and the 50. Our RSI is in the basically riding the neutral median line, just converging and diverging out of that signal line. Volatility is very low. Seems like we just got our first turn up, so it's starting to lose that downside curvature. So I think we're about to make the move. Looks like we could be forming some sort of descending channel. Let's go ahead and draw it out here. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't count this as a breakout yet, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it like that. Once again, sorry for the computer being so laggy. Doing the best I can with this stuff off this little laptop. So yeah, could be forming some sort of descending wedge. So validation to the downside. Well, let's go through the indicators. But yeah, like I was saying, volatility is turning up. I mean, we are riding this zero line right now. We are still below it, but it looks like we could get across above if our positive momentum keeps increasing, which would also correspond if we do break out of this range to the upside and out of this symmetrical triangle, or this descending wedge. I would like to see the RSI turn up, volatility turn up, and us cross the zero line. At the excuse me, at the same time of getting volume when we break out of here, if it's to the upside. To the downside, first stop would be the 100 at 0.0277. And if we break out of this, I could see us coming all the way back down to 0.0255. So let's move on to polis. All right, so we have polis here. All your moving averages have negative slopes, besides for the 100 and the 200. So we did get that measured move on the descending triangle that we were talking about. Looks like we could be in some sort of descending channel, but all right, let's go over the indicators first, then we'll go over what I think is going to happen. Bearish control zone below the signal line. Volatility is turning up as the price action's moving down. MACD trying to get that fresh cross to the upside, but this could just be a retest. If we continue to go down, I mean, we kind of have some positive momentum there on the histogram. If it's just a retest, we're going to keep going down. First stop would be the 100 at the 167.5 region. Validation of the upside is all the way up here at 182. Now, if your 50 crosses this 100, that is not going to look good. This is one of my strategies right here, this double and triple moving average crossover. You know, and then if we come all the way back down with the indicators, or with the moving averages, and all cross the 200, first stop, I mean, I could see us coming all the way back down to here over time, you know, so back down to 135. First stop, you know, would obviously be the 200. We'd get some support there as the moving averages would come down. This is like far out in the future, by the way, medium term. You know, first stop would be in between this region. I'm going to go ahead and draw a box here, because this would be a good support zone. Okay, so that would be a good support zone right there. Let's go ahead and change the color to purple. So yeah, I mean, there's your validation and invalidation points to the upside and the downside. Watch these moving averages on the 1 hour. But honestly, I thought we were on the 4 hour. So we'd come back to it if it does get down to the 200. So kind of never mind all that downside, because we need to see what it's doing on the 4 hour and 8 hour. But not much has changed since the last video, so I'm really not going to get into all that. If we do start going down, you know, I'm going to come back to this. We'll do a longer video on just polis, you know, so we'll see what happens at that point. So let's move on to Solana. Okay, on Solana, all your moving averages have positive slopes. RSI in the neutral median zone bounced off the neutral median line. Looks like we're trying to get above the signal line. We need to get, okay, so we need to stay above basically $100.30 in order to stay above that signal line, which would count as a retest, which would look good. Let's see, volatility's turning down, so we could be going in some sort of range here, maybe some sort of accumulation or redistribution. We did get a lower high on the 1 hour. So we could come back down to here, maybe form some sort of range at $98 to 101.27. So watch for the range. Could get some good scalps in there. MACD, positive momentum's waning on the histogram, but the MACD line did get a cross of the signal line, and we will keep that cross if we stay above $100. And we need to stay above 98 in order to not cross the signal line to the downside. So, you know, validation of the downside would be a break of this last low and the 100. First stop would be the 200. Then we'll come back to it. Validation of the upside would be to get back above this last high at 101.27. and then we'll come back to it and see if we could maybe break another high. Let's go ahead and put a Fibonacci extension on this. All right. Okay, so we did come up to the 618, which is a common bull trap area. So we're going to have to see if this breaks the range or it breaks the top of this basically descending channel it seems to be forming, a low term descending channel. So yeah, we did get rejected from the 618, kind of got front ran a little bit. So we want to make sure we watch this. If we do break to the upside, first target would be the 414 at basically 107. And you got your validation of the downside level. So we'll come back to this one as well. Not much has changed. So that's why I included all the coins in one video, short video. It's kind of just giving you guys an update on what's happening, showing you guys your validation and invalidation levels, So if you guys like the video, like and subscribe if you want. If not, keep coming back. And I'll see you guys in the next one.